Hello everybody, my name's Lexi.
And my name is Jessica.
And today we're going to be going over the 12 Days of Christmas special that you're probably going to run this December. As an early Christmas gift to you guys, we've created a funnel, automation, and an email template that we're going to show you exactly how to use today. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is a funnel and what that is. So a funnel is basically just like a temporary landing page, or you can think of it as a digital flyer. So what we have to do once we create the funnel page is actually tie it to a link. And so Jessica's going to walk you through how to connect it to what's called a subdomain.
Yes, so I'm going to go ahead and take over. And so some of you guys might already have some subdomains already created, but for those who don't, I'm going to just briefly go over how we can actually create one. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is let's go ahead and click into the funnel page that we are going to go over. And so we're going to hit settings. So here we're actually going to hit the drop down. And so here is where we're going to see all of our subdomains. And like I said, some of you might not have any, but that's where I'm going to go ahead and show you. So what we're actually going to click is add/edit domains. So we're going to go ahead and click here. And then what you're going to do is hit connect domain. So here we're not actually connecting it to your website, right? Again, this is just its own URL that lives all by itself, and we're connecting that nice digital flyer to it. So some examples that we could do is something as simple as promo.website. Well, it would be your actual website, but just for the time being, right? I'm just going to do website.com. And again, right, we can use whatever that first filler word is. So if you want to get more specific, we can do 12 days of Christmas.yourwebsite.com, right? But this is just an example. So once we decide what that verbiage is going to be, I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is just simply hit continue. Once that loads, the next thing we are going to do is this is going to pop up. So this might pop up for some of you guys and it might not pop up. So depending on where your domain host it is going to be, it might show or might recognize where your domain host is. But in this case, right, let's say if you do have Cloudflare, all you have to do is hit authorize domain, and then it will take you right to Cloudflare, where all you need to do is just add or log in essentially with your username and password and hit allow or okay. And then it'll automatically be live. Now, for some of you guys, it won't be this smooth where it notices where your domain host is, but that's completely fine. What it might look like is it might say host name, value, and something else that I can't remember exactly what it says, but essentially it might look like
CNAME?
Oh yeah, CNAME. Thank you, Lexi. Yes. So those three things are going to pop up. And what you would have to do then is actually enter them in manually. So you would actually log into wherever your domain host is, and then you would enter in the values that it gave you. Now, I know that sounds super techy and confusing, so we will definitely also have, when we send this video out, a booking link where if you guys are just strictly looking to actually connect a subdomain, if you need some extra help with that, we are more than happy to do so. But essentially, after you add that, all those values in where your domain host lives, what happens is then in here we hit verify records, then everything will turn green, and then we can finally connect your funnel to a subdomain. So we already, of course, have an example, already created this. So what I'm going to do is for now just hit back here. And then I'm going to hit go back. So I'm just going to go back. So now you can see that we're back to our 12 days of Christmas funnel. So what we're just going to do is, like I said, we already created one just for this video. So I'm going to go ahead and connect it to links.leadar.com. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and hit save. So now, after that loads, now it will be completely live. And here is where you can actually grab that link. Lexi will way more in depth on that, how we can actually send it out as or use that link and send it through a text message, through an email, right, all that good stuff. But now Lexi's gonna go ahead and go way more in depth on how the 12 Days of Christmas funnel page is set up.
Yes, so the next thing that we're going to go over is how this is set up and the best tips and tricks that I have for you to actually edit it. So what you're gonna wanna do is, right, this will be in your account, and then this is gonna be the main funnel page that they're going to. So when they click the link, this is where it's gonna take them. So if you click on edit here, you will see the funnel page that we have. So I'm just gonna walk you through just a couple of things that I feel like could be beneficial as far as how do I add my own logo or adding the appointments, team, contact us that you see at the top right here. So the first thing that we're gonna go over is how to add your logo. So if you click in the top left-hand side, anytime you're gonna edit anything, settings are gonna pop up typically on the right-hand side, and you can scroll down and find where you can actually upload that specific image. So I'm gonna scroll down here, and well, we can just do the products right now, but here you can do your products. So maybe you have like an online Shopify skincare store. This is where you can link that. So if they click on it at the top, it'll be kind of like a little navigation bar. But if you click on the edit right here, this is where you can click where it's gonna go to. So right, for this case, I want it to go to your website URL. So this could go to that Shopify link that I was talking about earlier. And if not, let's say you don't have that and you don't even want that on there, you can just click delete and it will take it off. Same thing for appointments. This is where you would definitely want to put your aesthetic record booking link for them to be able to book an appointment with you. Next will be your team. So I've seen a bunch of people just go on their website, and normally you have like a page where you're introducing your team. So if you actually click on that page, typically the URL will change. So you can actually copy and paste that specific URL from your website and put it there. So if they click on that, it'll go to like your introducing your team page. And then same here for a contact us. If you wanted to direct them to your website, you could do that as well. Or you could link a form here. If you have a contact form, they can click on that and contact you that way. So those are just a couple of things that where you can edit that navigation bar at the top. And then to edit the logo on the left-hand side, if you keep on scrolling, if you don't want your logo in the menu, you can toggle this off right here. Or if you wanted to actually upload it, if you click on here, this is where you can actually upload it from your media library, or you can click upload file in the top right-hand side and upload it off your computer. So that will show there. Same thing for here. If you wanted to edit it, again, every time I click it, something new comes up on the right-hand side. So it'll be super easy for you to navigate that as well. And then this is what we like to call a countdown feature. So right now I have it linking to December 25th, but you can honestly just do it if you're doing starting on December 1st to the 12th. You could make it end on December 12th. So if you click right into here, you'll see the countdown timer settings pop up on the left-hand side. So if I scroll here, this is where you can put the actual end date. So right now I have it as Christmas, but right, if your specials are only going to December 12th, you can change it here and it will just disappear. Another thing too that I'm just gonna reiterate is always clicking save in the top right-hand side every single time you're doing it, or publish. That will also save it automatically as well. I just don't want you guys to ever get or edit anything and it disappears somehow. So just always make sure you're saving in the top right-hand side. Another thing too as well is this little photo gallery. That's a new feature actually in LeadAR. So basically what I did is I just created these images on Canva. So if you don't like the way these look, you can obviously upload your own. So if you are wanting to edit any of these images, what you can do is actually just click right on day one. Let's say you wanted to change that one. What you can do is click on these three dots and click edit image. And if you scroll down a little bit, this is where if you click on this, you'll be able to upload a new image there if you have your own already created on Canva. And we're gonna come back to these actually to add links, and I'm gonna go over that in just a bit more detail in a second. So if you keep on scrolling, I have this button here, then you can actually do so many different button actions with funnels, way more than you can do in a regular email template. So if you scroll down all the way to the bottom, I have it linking to SMS. So right, I had want more info on a special, text us here. This is where you can put your phone number. So if they actually click on it, it'll redirect them to text you. And if you click on this, you can link it to so many different things, open a pop-up to fill out a form, link it to your website URL, your booking link, calling you. As you can see, there's a lot of different options that you can do here, but in this case, I just put text. And then moving on, actually, I'm gonna back up. For animations as well, you can do so many different things just to make it a little bit more interactive or cute. So if I wanted to do something along the lines of, like, that was a little crazy, but if you wanted to do rotate in, there's so many different options that you can do to make it a little bit more fun and interactive. But if you keep scrolling, same thing here with the button again. You're gonna have the same options. Just click on it, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you can have this linking to, right? This is to a pop-up, but we wanna do website URL because it's your booking link. And again, since I just made that adjustment, I'm gonna click save in the top right-hand side, just so that updates automatically. Moving on, these are your little Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. If you have Facebook and Instagram, which I'm sure you do, this is where you can link them to redirect them to your social media pages. But you can also, let's say you have TikTok instead of Twitter, you can easily change that here as well. You can just change this little button right here and type in TikTok. Same thing here. This was linked to a pop-up, but I need this to a website URL because I'm going straight to my social media. So that's kind of how you will edit that as well. Moving on, obviously this is just fake information right here, so you're definitely going to want to put your own email, your own address, your hours, your phone number. But another cool thing that we can do as well is actually put in your own address. So right here you can see this map. Obviously it's in New York and we are in Dallas. So what we're going to do is click on it. Again, settings are going to pop up on the right hand side. And if you click open search box, this is where you can put in your exact address. But for now, I'm just gonna put Dallas and then click save in the bottom right hand side, and you see that it changed there, which is awesome. And then same thing here, just putting in your own information, your own logo. If you wanted to put your logo at the bottom as well, I clicked on it and an image came up on the right hand side. As you can see, a lot of it is kind of redundant, but I promise the more that you practice and get comfortable with funnels, the easier it's gonna be every single time. Now we're gonna kind of go a little bit back to these day 1, day 2, day 3 gallery options. So the way that I kind of created this was if they click on that certain day, it's going to take them to another funnel page. So I'm going to show you what that's going to look like. So if I'm your patient, I click on this, I click on day 1, this is where it's going to link to. So I'm going to click back and click OK. And here on the left-hand side, you're going to be able to see that we have a different funnel page for each day. They're super small, but I think it's just another way that you can actually just say a little bit more about like what you're selling and why they should buy it. But for example, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do once you have that domain linked. This is why those links are so important. So as you can see here, it's day 1. You can kind of see that in like the bottom of the URL. So what I'm going to want to do is copy this entire thing. And I'm going to go back into the original page and then click on edit. So once that loads, it's going to scroll down and you're going to click back into these gallery art pictures. And then we're going to go to the 3 dots on the right hand side and click edit image. And this is where you can actually add a link. So I'm going to paste that there and click save. And when that client or patient clicks on day 1, it's going to go directly to this funnel page. So you're going to want to do that for each day just to make sure that when they click on it, it's going to that landing page telling them exactly what the promotion is. And I'm going to show you also how to edit those other pages as well. But just know that you're going to need to do that for each day. So let me go back here and then I'm going to go into day 1. So then I'm going to click on edit. Obviously, you guys have came up with your own specials, so this could be completely different, but this is kind of how I have it set up. And if you scroll down, this is where you're going to see that Purchase Now button. So when you click on this Purchase Now, Same thing here. You're going to scroll all the way to the bottom and link this to your website URL. So this is probably going to be your promotions tab in Aesthetic Record. And if you guys need any help at all, we're going to be attaching a 30-minute booking link to book an appointment with them to show you how exactly to make all of your promotions, packages, deals. Any questions you have on that with Aesthetic Record, but this is exactly where you're going to put that link for them to actually purchase this product or promotion that you have. And then you're going to click save and it will be good to go. So you will have to do this for every single day that you have, but I think that having this is going to be so helpful so you don't have to create all of these funnel pages by yourself. So now that we've wrapped up a little bit about funnels, the next thing that we're going to go over is the automation and actually making this funnel link a trigger link for you to add into there. So Jessica's going to walk you through exactly how to do that.
Yes, okay, so basically what this automation is, which we're just about to get into, is 12 days of Christmas. So every day we're gonna send them a text, right? Reminding them, hey, right, here's our special for day 1, day 2, day 3, and so forth. So you actually have 2 options on how you wanna set this up. And it will actually determine what link we're gonna turn and convert into a trigger link. So what you have is you have your main homepage where we can just keep sending this link every single day so they can make it a little more interactive, right? Because remember, all 12 days are going to show up. Or you have the other option where you can also, if you want to get more nitty gritty, day 1, I only want to send them the day 1 link or only send them the day 2 link, right? So it really is up to you. But regardless, for this example, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the homepage because I kind of want to make it a little more interactive for them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply copy this link. Okay, now that I have copied this link, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Conversations tab and I'm going to go ahead and click into Trigger Links. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and click Add Link, and we're going to name it. So we can just name this 12 Days of Christmas link, but essentially we're going to copy and paste that link that we grabbed from the funnel. So I'm going to just name it 12 Days, just really quickly. Okay, great. Now we can finally jump into our automation. So I'm going to go ahead and click into our automations. I'm going to go ahead and find the 12 Days of Christmas. Okay, so before we talk about the trigger, and I'm going to show you how we can get everyone that we want to in this automation so it's completely automated so you don't have to worry about sending out day 1, day 2, day 3 every single day. But first, let's just go ahead and go over the automation where we're actually sending it out. So awesome, day 1, I'm going to go ahead and click onto day 1, right? So here, of course, this is where you can completely customize what you want this message to say, but really the most important part is, hey, I want them to click onto that link so they can see that nice funnel page. So all you have to do is, I'm just gonna delete where it says insert funnel link. Now, where your trigger links, and this is why we made you make it, save it as a trigger link, just because it makes it super easy to pull, is you're gonna hit that little lightning bolt. That's where you find all of your trigger links. So we're gonna hit here, and we are going to find our 12 Days of Christmas. And then we can keep doing that for day 2, day 3, day 4. And like I said, it really just depends on what link you want to use. If you always want it to be the main page so they have to click onto day 2, or like I said, we can also grab those other links that will specifically only load them into day 1, only into day 2. So like I said, it really is a preference thing. Okay, so now, great, we have this set up, but as you can see, we all know a trigger is how someone gets into the automation. How are they going to get tagged with Christmas specials, right? That's how we actually have the automation, is as soon as they get tagged with Christmas specials, they're going to fall in and get nurtured and for every day for the 12 Days of Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and I'm going to hit back to workflows. And I'm going to hit into contacts. Okay, so now I cannot stress enough, only add this tag on day 1, right? Because what will happen is, if you have the automation turned on and we mass add the tag, they'll immediately fall into it. So we don't want to do it accidentally a day before you're planning on doing your 12 Days of Christmas. Do it literally the day of you're doing your 12 Days of Christmas. So
I also just have another thing to add too, because I've seen this happen just a couple of times, is when you are tagging all these people, make sure that your automation is published first. Because if your automation is in draft mode and you tag all of these people, it's not going to trigger. So you're just going to have to remove all those tags, go back and publish it and do it again. So once you've tweaked your automation to exactly how you like it, publish it, and then come to this contacts page to tag people. And Jessica can continue on going over how to tag people to get them in the automation.
Yes, that was such a good point, Lexi. Yes, so really, I'm going to reiterate it one more time. 2 main things. Make sure you have it published, and only do this next step that I'm about to show you when the actual day of the 12 days of Christmas is starting. So, all right, so another thing. So obviously in that automation that we were doing, they're all texts, right? They're all text messages. So honestly, what we can still do is we can honestly click into our SMS list, and what we can do is, again, right, we have to mass tag them with that Christmas tag so they can fall in. So I'm going to hit select, and don't forget that it only selects the first page. So always remember to hit, hey, I want to select everyone in this list, right? And then what we're simply going to do is we're going to go hover over this little section here that says add tag. We're going to go ahead and add tag. We can call this, your 12 days of, if I can spell, sorry guys, 12 days of Christmas. All right, so now we got to go ahead and select the tag that is going to trigger them into the automation where they will get nurtured every single day for those 12 days of Christmas that you're running. So up here, I'm going to go ahead and start typing in Christmas. Okay, great, Christmas specials. Now what I can do is go ahead and click add tag. Once we hit add tag, right, sometimes it can take like 30 seconds to a minute to fully upload, but essentially, right, adding that mass tag is now going to have everyone fall into that automation where they will automatically get nurtured day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. But yeah, again, just make sure we only do this step the day of the actual 12 days of Christmas when it actually starts.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's such a good point. And just know too that any of that verbiage that is in there, you can fully edit. Everything is customizable to whatever deals that you are running. So the last thing that we are going to be going over today is the email template that you also have in your account. So once this is in your account, what you're going to be able to do is edit this, right, just the way that you're kind of editing a funnel. It's very similar. I swear once you do it more and more, you will get more comfortable. But I'm just going to walk you through just a couple of editing tricks with this email template as well. So if you click on logo here, again, instead of the right side with the funnel, it's going to be on the left-hand side. So this is where you're going to actually be able to upload your own your own logo here. And then you'll just click upload file. You might have to double click it for it to populate, but then your logo will be in there. So the next thing that we're going to go over, you have your countdown timer as well. You can also make this the exact date that you're wanting to do. Next, we have some verbiage here. So this is where you can edit exactly what you are wanting to say. And just remember that this contact first name is pulling their first name. So saying Merry Christmas, Jessica, if that is the contact name in their LeadAR. Next, we have an image. So again, clicking in on this. So if you are wanting to change it on the left-hand side, you're more than welcome to do that there. Next, I just had a brief overview of all the specials. So this doesn't really have any links to purchase, but if you're wanting to do that as well, you can definitely add a button anywhere in here. Everything is editable. So if you're wanting to edit this or need help editing this a little bit more, you can always email us at info@myleadar.com and we can definitely hop on a quick 15-minute call. Next is this book today button. Again, on the left-hand side, you will see settings start to change. And here, you definitely see you don't have as many options that you do in a funnel, but here you're gonna do URL, and that's where you could put your booking link. But if you're wanting them to call you or text you or email you, you can definitely just change that option here. Next is the social media icons. So if you click into those, this is where you will edit them here. So if you kind of hover over that, you'll see a little pencil. So if you click on that, this is that URL, which is going to be your Facebook page that you're doing as well. And then As always, as you're running through emailing or editing this email template, make sure to click save in the top right-hand side, just so you don't lose any of your hard work. All right, guys, that about wraps it up for today's webinar. We hope that you found this very beneficial. And if you have any questions or need any help at all, please email us at info@myleadar.com and we'll be more than happy to help you. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Bye.